Yeah. Now we're live. It says it's counting seconds at the top. It's a
Hey
Disney watch.
there, and hi, Matt.
Hi there. Hi, Maddo.
I'm so happy we're doing this experiment today. So, if anyone is here, this one is the version 0.0, I would say. We were just talking how super we are because we can just decide something and just make it happen. And this one is especially because of you.
Well, I think my resistance to suggestions was at an all-time low today. So everything you suggested, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, sure, why not? And here I am, 3 hours later on a live feed. So yeah, thanks, Maddo. All good
I love
stuff.
it. Thank
All
you so
good stuff.
much. And actually, I'm so happy because we are starting this experiment with something that is not just related to productivity, but is also very very related to parenting. And I love how you apply everything we try to do on ourselves to build a meaningful connection with your son, with your family. So I just read the article that people are going to read in a few hours. So I feel very privileged that I got to see the preview and I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
But again, I just wanted to say that it's so magic how sometime when we put this effort on productivity actually in different aspect of our life, this one can have such a powerful result. And but yes, no, tell me more about what is behind the curtain of this article.
No, I agree though. I agree with your point around when something that you use or you implement and it brings a lot of benefit to you, when you can bring that into your family or into your wider environment, it benefits everyone around you. And that's just, it brings so much joy. And I think with, I've always struggled with planning and getting things done and trying to work twice as hard. So to be able to enact something for my children and see them further on than I was at their age it's just really meaningful for me. And the term I often use is kind of scaffolding, providing that scaffolding earlier. So, and you've been writing a lot recently around connecting to your future self and, James Clear's 1% strategy. And you're kind of, when I was in the throes of writing my PhD and my thesis, it was every hack that I could find and implement. It was like, well, how do I do this with my son? And and obviously in the article today, I share about how we've made incremental gains in his maths homework and how doing that every day as a bare minimum meant that we kind of got moving. And for me, it was born from my yoga routine throughout writing the thesis in the last 6 months. I was doing yoga every day for 10 minutes, but I just had to turn up and do 10 minutes, not half an hour, not a massive hit exercise or anything like that. Just turn up and do yoga. And that's what was helpful with doing the maths with Oliver. But part of the role that I have is a family therapist with adopted children and foster kids. And when you have children who are quite distrustful of adults, because adults have hurt them in the past, an old style of parenting is to just get compliance and tell your kids off and make them do something. Whereas actually that doesn't make you love your parent when they're having a go at you.
It also doesn't let us love our kids in this specific moment, right?
No, agreed. That is a really, really good point, because no. And when I'm with Oliver and I'm like, come on, let's do your maths homework, and he instantly goes, oh, he does this. All the joy in my heart disappears, and and it's just like, oh no, I don't want to do it even more now. So one of the therapies that I'm trained in is a therapy called Theraplay. And Theraplay is about how do we play with kids and get them where we want to go without them realizing that I'm leading them where they want to go. So the strategies I share at the end of the article are theraplay based strategies, which are how do we entice and make this a fun experience? So for my kids that wouldn't get out of bed, I'd often say, do you want to get on my back and have a horsey ride or a train ride around the house? And then lo and behold, we end up in the bathroom where we're brushing our teeth. And Sophie, my daughter, would often hide under the covers for ages and refuse to get out of bed. But as soon as I announce that the train is leaving the station, she'd jump on my back as if she was jumping off a bridge.
Oh.
And then we'd just go around the house. And there's a um, there's a tension, I think, between compliance and you will do what mum and dad say versus buy-in and them kind of doing it with you. So I was adamant not to make this 1% gain for Oliver a really difficult, rat, 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 rat in the morning. And sometimes it was, and sometimes it is. We don't do it every day.
But you're
But
sticking with the trajectory. This one is important, right?
well, yeah, and it was like we were 4 months in, and the animation came up for the progress, and both me and my son were just like, "Oh my god, look at this graph! It's going green, and we're doing really good." And I am terrible at tracking my progress. I have your to-do list here, Madda, with the habits on the bottom, and I just don't fill them out because I'm just like, running from one thing to another. So I'm really bad at that. But it was lovely to see the progress. I wanted to share it. Um, and a
I
lot of what
wonder if, for example, actually the fact that sometime when we have other people involved with us, this one makes it a little bit easier to stick with the habits because we care with the people for the people, and we want the progress too. So again, chapeau to do it, especially in the morning, starting the day and transforming a possible battle that will totally get all my energy in something so meaningful is amazing. So I don't want it to spoil the article, but yes, you do deserve a diploma too and a certificate
yeah,
for doing it. But yeah, I wonder how, for example, do you think that sometime also the gamification that we apply for author will actually help us to be more determined in sticking with it? Because you maybe also you see the struggle of the person. In this case, you see the struggle of Oliver at the beginning and still doing it. So even if there are up and downs, of course, this one will
I
push you to be more determined, to do not give up.
I think so, and I think there's I can go on side quests. So if I go off side questing, bring me back. But there's a psychological theory and a therapy called interfamily systems, and basically the idea is that we have we have parts of us. You might have a child inside you, or a teenager, or you might have a tween or whatever it is. But when I am talking to my 8-year-old and I'm telling him, look, we practiced every day and you've got so much better, and look, little bits, and it's made it really good. Um, I don't know, getting pop-ups. I'm also telling my 8-year-old that. My 8-year-old that thought he was stupid, and my 8-year-old that couldn't get things done and struggled at school. And it's a reminder for us both to have that. And it does keep my momentum going because um, I try new things in my work and I take them into the house. There's a whiteboard on the wall. There's pigeon holes, and we've got mobile whiteboards to write on, and I think it does motivate you and inspire you. And sometimes it's much easier to organize somebody else than it is yourself. Um, and the kids are the most important thing in the world, or they should be. So it's nice to practice doing it on them because I can't lie, if you read the article, you see the graphic of him getting better at his maths and it all turns green. And I did go away.
Impressive
I I went
graphic.
away and reflected. I went away and reflected. And I'm just like, God, what if I did this? What if I did this for more so on the yoga or riding my bike or I have this secret kind of fantasy of I'm going to learn to wheelie my bicycle, and I could do it for 5 minutes a day, but I'm always like, oh, I can't be bothered. but it's a reminder that just 5 minutes a day can make a massive difference.
Yeah.
Um, and um, and yeah, and Alex B has put a comment in the chat, and I really agree with you around scaffolding is really important for kids because there is all the distracting gadgets, and we've tried to put I'm trying really hard to put a system of once you've done the hard task, then go to the tablet, and we've got visual timers, and Madda's seen these before, and they've got a rainbow on, and sometimes to my kids, I'll be like, "You've played this much Minecraft. I don't think it's unreasonable for me to ask for this much math
Wow.
before we do that much Minecraft." And they're like, "Yeah, all right, Dad, fair enough." But and part of it is, skill. It's the knowing how to do something, and it's the practicing it, and that's the scaffolding. Because unless someone shows it you, you won't do it. And Oliver has been going around this last a couple of weeks ago, not being able to do something and saying I'm stupid, and really believing he's stupid. And it was something ridiculous. It was something like he'd forgotten his socks, so he's like, "Oh, I'm stupid." He's going upstairs. So then I start spilling things in the kitchen and I start knocking things over, and very dramatically I'm going, "Oh, I'm stupid." And Oliver's looking at me laughing because he knows I'm not stupid.
I love it.
But you have to, so much easier when someone scaffolds you and frames it in a different way for you, especially when you're a kid. Um, but the thing I'm dreading is when he's old enough to have his own phone and we have to have the whole social media thing. And I don't know how we scaffold that.
One battle at a time, Matt.
Yeah. Very, very good point. Yes, I will leave that there. So that was the motivation for the article today. That was motivation for writing it. I wanted to link in a little bit around some of the parenting stuff I do. So kind of tangented from 1% gains and productivity to parenting, but the theme for me was around.
Yeah, because I wanted to remind everyone, if they don't know yet, that you are an expert not just in productivity, but also on parenting. And you are an amazing father, I have to say it. I can see it in your eyes when you are with your kids, even through the camera. I can see it in your family's eyes when they are with you. I think this article speaks a volume about how you're treasuring this moment, how the the deep level that is there and the meaningful and the caring. So, and you did apply basically all atomic habits with one example. So again, I don't want to spoil too much the article because it's coming out in a few hours. So, and I also promise you that I will not keep you too long in a live video also because we don't know how it's going. And thank you, Alex, for being here with us in this experiment. This one is an historical moment for us.
100%.
But yes, I'm so amazed, and thank you. I really mean it. Thank you very much, Matt.
You're very welcome. Your super skill, Madda, is not giving me a chance to overthink something and moving into action, and that is the thing that I struggle with. So it is lovely to do it together.
And I will prepare the certificate for you, and then Oliver will have to sign it.
I don't have any doubt. I'm gonna photocopy Oliver's and put my name on it. Any doubt. But yes. But I think yeah. No, it has been a pleasure, and it's nice to. I think the hardest thing to learn, and I think that's part of why it's good to do it with our kids, is it doesn't have to be perfect. You can do it poorly. It can be bad. It can be an experiment. You can do it again. And that's what's nice about the 1% gains. And that's what's nice about doing this today is, well, if it's terrible and it's awful, then we
Will be
learn
easier next
something.
time, right?
It'll be easier next time. And actually, reflecting on this towards the end, I would like to hasten and add, it's been more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be. So that's a win. That's a win.
It's a win. We
Yeah.
will call it a win. And again, thank you so much, and
Good.
until next time.
And I'm looking forward to interviewing you, Madda, on your article next time. Yes, I think this could be a good feature. Revenge.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Oh, and yes, I have to finish with the motto. We have to stay productive, but what is more important? Happily creative, especially with the kids.
Okay, I like it.
And you did it.
Right. Thank you very much, and
Thank you.
nice to have you, Alex B. Well done.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Alex. Bye.